Okay, everyone, so this is going to be our focus for the Intra-Club scrimmages this weekend for the 7v7 teams. Last weekend we had some wild scores. We had we had one game that finished 16-10. We had a 10-8. We had a 9-7. We had a 7-7, and we might have had a 9-8 in there as well. While those games were a lot of fun, action-packed, lots of goals, highly entertaining. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of organization in that. There's not a whole lot of defense or defensive net ever being instructed in that. It's pretty much just like a wild, chaotic free-for-all. While these players are young, we do want to constantly be pushing in the direction of quote-unquote real soccer. It does have to become consistently and step by step more and more functional and more organized. So the point of emphasis for this weekend is going to be defensive structure, so building that defensive net. Here's what we mean by that. You do have 3 defenders at 7v7, a left back, a center back, and a right back. Now, when you tell players that, and what I saw a lot of last weekend is it ended up looking like this. Now, in possession, and certainly with older players, a lot of times that makes sense because you're spreading the field. That gives you lots of passing lanes, lots of room to work with. But again, we're dealing with very young players that are playing 7v7 for the first time, and possession is going to be a difficulty. So you're almost better off thinking of this as, 3 center backs. We don't necessarily care about giving up these spaces right now because most of the times you're going to be playing against people where getting the ball wide and whipping in crosses for first-time finishes is going to be difficult. The goal is in the middle of the field. We've got to clog up the middle channel and protect the middle, so you're almost thinking of these as 3 center backs. You're still going to call them left back, center back, and right back, but you're generally guiding them around kind of like they're 3 center backs. So this is what we saw a ton of last weekend. A player would get the ball. Good light. A player would get the ball, and as they would go dribbling up the field, everybody on the field would just go flying up the field with them. And in lots of instances, the coach would go running up the field with them, go as well. So there's absolutely no structure, no organization here at all. And we would sometimes score that goal, or more often than not, we would turn that ball over, which is why we would just immediately get scored on the other end. And guess what a lot of time that opponent was doing too? The same exact thing coming back this direction, just the entire team, total chaos, everybody doing whatever they want, nobody having any shape, any positions. And, that's how these games just turn into these wild frenzies of chaos with people just running around like headless chickens and just goal after goal after goal being scored. So this weekend, again, what'll happen in a quote-unquote proper game is when you are coaching, you are not allowed on the field. Now, for this weekend again, this will be the last weekend that you can come onto the field. You can come onto the field only to come and direct and command and talk to these final 3 defenders. So if these defenders do wind up out here like this, you can come and tell them like, hey, Dylan, you've got to tuck in, right? Johnny, pull in here closer, all right? Pull them in closer, explain to them why, because the goal's in the middle of the field. We need you guys to come in here and protect, right? During the game, don't cross the halfway line, right? You can't do that in the regular games. The opposing coach is going to be there. You can't go onto their half of the field. You've got to stay on your side. If you need to run out here quickly to fix something, do it. But then go back home. Get used to staying with your players on the sideline and coaching your team and managing your game from there. If you need to run out to fix a thing, run out to fix a thing, but then go back. But here's what the focus is going to be on. If we have won the ball and we are going forward, forget about this player. This player is already going to do whatever they're going to do. right? And let your other forward and let your center midfielder join in whatever way they see fit this weekend. Don't worry about them. Let them go and create. Let them imagine it for themselves. Worry about this defensive net. If these are your trapeze artists, this is your safety net. The ball's on this side of the field, so the job of these 3 players now is to lock your opposing team onto this side of the field. It is now a real estate game. The ball is on their half of the field. How can these 4 players work together to never, ever, ever let them cross the halfway line? So, if this player loses the ball, do we have our right back here to recover it, right? Do we have our center back just a little bit deeper in case they win it and they knock a big ball there? Do we still have a center back there to recover it? And then do we have our left back, our left center back, still up here, still on their half of the field, not running all the way into the box, not running on top of our center midfielder, but do we have them up and also in position so that we can keep our little defensive net here in case, again, this ball pops out, we can recover it and we can put it back in. Right? So constantly this defensive net, because when we are attacking up here, eventually we can evolve, we can add in more things, we can get in some overlapping runs, we can do some overloads, we can get into these more advanced things, but the focus for this weekend, we have to learn the one thing, the most basic thing, before we can go into anything that is more advanced. So the focus for this weekend is, can we have this defensive net? We should be essentially right now attacking with 3, defending with 3. And when this ball does get in behind us, right, we need all 3 of these players to come quickly and recover, right? And yes, we do need our center midfielder to come back, come and be a part of it, come and defend, right? But we don't need our strikers to come all the way back down into this box as well. We need those strikers to stay good and high. We will get there with them if you are comfortable, if you've got the time today to put the brakes on them and hold them and keep them high. That's great, but this is the focus. The focus is having a marker that works. The focus this weekend is that back 3. You need to have that defensive net. When the ball transitions up and we are going forward to attack, it is not a free-for-all. These players do not get to go running up there with him, right? Put the brakes on them. I had Coach Jake this weekend say, well, nobody on my team wants to defend. You're not asking them. You're not asking them for permission. Excuse me, would there be anybody, if it's not too much trouble, that would like to play this? It's not how this happens, right? You are telling them, right? And you can put a positive spin on it. You can give them positive characteristics. You know what? I need a center back. You know what I need in a center back? I need somebody that is smart, and I need somebody that I can trust. Let's see. Who is the smart kid that I can trust? It's Margot. Margot is really smart. I can really, really trust her. You're going to be my center back. Now, beside my smart Margot that I can really, really trust, I need players that are fast and are really, really tough. And then all of a sudden, you've got players that you are hoping you're going to identify as being smart and trustworthy. Players that you are hoping you will identify them as being the players that are fast and tough, and they've got a really, really important job to do. And the last little bit about this is you cannot go an entire half and never say a word to this goalkeeper. You shouldn't go 5 minutes without checking in and talking to that goalkeeper, because again, when we're up here and attacking and these players press up to help lock this team into their half, what does this goalkeeper do? They shouldn't be back there on their line. They should, at the very least, be on top of their box. They should probably even be a little bit out of it, because most of these goals, they're fast break goals that usually come off of a big ball launched forward. So if this big ball comes and it comes out here behind your 3 defenders, maybe this goalkeeper can run out here and deal with it with their feet, either by booting it back, controlling it, and finding a pass. If they're nervous, they can kick it out of bounds, which stops that fast break, or, right, they can let it roll under their box and they can pick it up, right? We are not worried about your goalkeeper making mistakes. We're worried about your goalkeeper being afraid to participate, right? We will live with mistakes, but we want everybody to be courageous enough to take part. We're building a culture of action. And the only way that we can do that is if we have the courage to actually participate in the game. So the 7v7 focus for this weekend is these 3 defenders. If that is the only thing that you coach this entire weekend, then you've had a brilliant weekend.